Is your Pixel phone suddenly heating up or losing battery way too fast without any clear reason? You're not alone, and one app in particular might be the cause. After the May 2025 Pixel security update rolled out, a wave of users started noticing unusual behavior. Their phones began overheating and draining power even when they weren't doing anything heavy. What's surprising is that this update wasn't supposed to change much. It was just a routine security patch with no major new features. Still, for many users, it ended up triggering a frustrating bug that's now affecting a wide range of Pixel devices. And this isn't just happening to older models with worn-out batteries. Even the latest Pixel 9 Pro, released in September, is being hit by this problem. At first, people assumed the update itself was to blame. But then, something else came up. Something unexpected. The Instagram app started getting attention after several Pixel owners noticed a pattern. Their phones would heat up just minutes into scrolling, and the battery would drop rapidly. What's worse, the app kept draining power even when it wasn't being used. It was simply running in the background and causing all this trouble. The real issue seems to be a buggy Instagram update that launched around the same time as the May Pixel patch. The combination of the two appears to be causing the heating and battery drain issues across many devices. And it's not just a small glitch. Reports are coming in from users with nearly every recent Pixel model. That includes the Pixel 6 series, Pixel 7 lineup, Pixel 8 models, Pixel Fold, Pixel Tablet, and even the newer Pixel 9 phones. So, what can you do if your Pixel is acting up? The quickest solution might be simpler than you think. Delete Instagram. A lot of users have already tried this, and they've seen noticeable improvements. Once they uninstalled the app, their phones stopped overheating, and battery life returned to normal. It's not a permanent fix, of course. You can reinstall Instagram later once Meta releases an update that fixes the issue. In the meantime, if you still want to check your feed, try using the web version through your browser instead. Keep in mind, not every Pixel user is experiencing this issue. Some say their phones are fine even with the May update and Instagram installed. For instance, one Pixel 6 Pro user reported that their battery life is still solid and the device runs cool. So, results may vary depending on your phone and usage. Still, if your Pixel is overheating or dying too quickly, removing Instagram is worth trying. It's a quick fix that doesn't require any advanced settings or factory resets. Just delete the app, give your phone a day or two, and see if things go back to normal. If you're waiting for a full fix, keep an eye out for updates from Meta or Google. Hopefully, they'll patch the issue soon so users can go back to using Instagram without worrying about battery life or heat problems. Thanks for watching. If this helped you out, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more tips, fixes, and the latest updates in the tech world. Is the Galaxy S25 Edge's battery really too small? Well, wait till you hear what Apple might be planning with the iPhone 17 Air, and then you might just look at Samsung's slim phone a bit differently. The Galaxy S25 Edge is turning heads. With its sleek and lightweight design, it's incredibly thin, and yes, that means there are some trade-offs, especially when it comes to battery life. The battery inside the S25 Edge can usually last a full day for most users, but it doesn't. Come close to what the Galaxy S25 Plus offers. Still, when you compare it with the iPhone 17 Air's rumored battery, Samsung might actually have the upper hand. According to recent leaks, Apple is working on an ultra-thin model called the iPhone 17 Air. This phone could be even slimmer than the Galaxy S25 Edge, coming in at just 5.5 millimeters thick. That's 0.3 millimeters thinner than Samsung's slimmest phone. But to achieve that, Apple might be fitting it with a tiny 2800 mAh battery. Keep in mind, this phone is expected to have a 6.6-inch 120Hz LTPO OLED display, which is quite power-hungry. To put it into perspective, that battery is about 1,100 mAh smaller than what you get in the Galaxy S25 Edge. That's roughly a 28% difference. Some reports say that Apple's own internal testing shows this smaller battery will only be able to last a full day for about 60 to 70% of users. For comparison, most other iPhones manage to hit that mark for 80 to 90% of their users. Apple is apparently hoping to bridge this gap with smarter software. iOS 19 is rumored to come with new AI-based power-saving tools to help make the most out of the 2,800 mAh battery. Whether that's enough remains to be seen, but it shows just how much Apple is counting on software to make up for the smaller hardware. Weight is another area where Apple is trying to go lighter. The iPhone 17 Air could weigh just around 145 grams. That's 18 grams less than the Galaxy S25 Edge. On the back, it's expected to have a single 48-megapixel camera using a 1.56-inch sensor. That's roughly the same physical sensor size as the Galaxy S25 Edge, though Samsung's main camera is 200 megapixels. While the iPhone 17 Air won't have extra lenses for telephoto or ultra-wide shots, it may still support a 2x optical quality zoom, similar to the Edge model. The front camera is said to be 12 megapixels. Apple is also making some design compromises to keep the iPhone 17 Air so slim. It might not have a physical SIM card slot, and stereo speakers could be dropped too. All of this suggests that the focus is on making it as thin and light as possible, even if that means removing some popular features. What comes after One UI 8.0? Well, now we know. It's One UI 8.5. Yes, that's what Samsung is working on next. And no, this isn't a guess. It was quietly revealed through a hidden menu inside the phone app on Galaxy devices. If you didn't know, most Samsung apps include hidden menus made for testing and debugging. These menus aren't for regular users, but they sometimes give away future plans. That's exactly what happened with One UI 8.5. Someone found a section in the phone app showing that One UI 8.5 exists, even though it hasn't been announced yet. Let's back up for a second. One UI 8.0, based on Android 16, is already being tested on some Samsung phones. It's still in development, and a public beta is expected to roll out soon for the Galaxy S25 series. So while One UI 8 is still fresh, it looks like Samsung is already preparing the next version behind the scenes. This also matches previous rumors. People have been saying for months that One UI 8.5 would follow 8.0, and now we have solid proof. What's interesting is how Samsung is changing the way it names these updates. Remember how we used to get updates like 7.1 and 7.1.1? Well, it seems like Samsung is moving away from those smaller updates. Now, it's looking more like major steps, 8.0 to 8.5, then maybe 9.0 after that. This could be because of how delayed One UI 7 was last year. Maybe Samsung just wants to keep things more structured moving forward. So, when will we see One UI 8.5? Based on what we know, Galaxy Z Fold 7 and Galaxy Z Flip 7 will launch with One UI 8.0. That means One UI 8.5 probably won't show up until early next year, likely with the Galaxy S26 series. Samsung usually shows off new One UI versions with new flagship phones, so this timeline makes sense. Now the real question is, will One UI 8.5 be better than One UI 8.0? So far, One UI 8 hasn't felt like a big upgrade. Sure, it brings Android 16 features, but there's nothing that really changes. The way your phone works, it feels more like a tune-up than a full refresh. That's why people are hoping One UI 8.5 will bring more exciting features. Maybe visual changes, better animations, or deeper AI tools. Another important point. If your device is eligible for One UI 8, it's very likely that you'll also get One UI 8.5. Samsung has been consistent in updating its supported phones with both the base version and the 5 version that follows. So here's what to expect. One UI 8.5 is real and already appearing in Samsung's own testing menus. It will likely launch with the Galaxy S26 series devices. Getting One UI 8 will also get 8.5, and Samsung may stop doing smaller X1.1 or X1.1 updates if you want to try One UI 8 early. Keep an eye out. Samsung should launch a beta program later this month. It will most likely start with the Galaxy S25 lineup.